Okay, now that it is more clear, this is me with light, and here's me with no light, and this is what I typically have whenever I record nighttime reviews. But now, with my new light, 1, 2, 3, hey, you can see me now. It makes a whole world of difference now, doesn't it? I know it wasn't 100% clear in my first video, but it is clear now. So I'm very happy that I have this light with me. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Strunk from QuickTime Reactions, and I am now 2 movies down in the 4 movies that came out over Christmas, and this is the second one, A Complete Unknown. This, of course, stars Timothée Chalamet, Edward Norton, Ellie Fanning, Monica Barbaro, Boyd Holbrook, Scoot McNairy, and a whole bunch of others, as it chronicles the life of Bob Dylan and how he made the transition from performing folk music to more, I guess you would call it, contemporary music, using an electric guitar, band accompaniments, all that stuff. So, just to be upfront, I appreciate folk music. I do not listen to it religiously or meticulously as other people do. Now, if my father were here, he would probably have a much better understanding of all of this than me. But just me, as a bystander who knows nothing about folk music, nothing about Bob Dylan, nothing about the major players involved in this movie, I have to say, I really, really enjoyed this movie. Very much so. The characters in this movie are so interesting. Like, of course, Chalamet as Bob Dylan, he's incredible in this movie. Out of the 2 films that I think he might get Oscar consideration for, I'm going to say that he's probably going to get considered for this instead of Dune Part 2. And that's just me being honest. Because he, much like Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer last year, he transforms into this role. I obviously see that it is Timothée Chalamet, but to me, in my personal opinion, he embodied Dylan pretty good. Ellie Fanning did an amazing job. Monica Barbaro also did an amazing job as Joan Byers. Seeing that, I saw her in Top Gun Maverick, I was Phoenix, and then seeing her in this, that's absolutely amazing. Ed Norton was, I think, the big shocker for me. I was very surprised at how well, how soft-spoken he was, but also he was able to diffuse situations in this movie pretty easily, and he would hear people out a lot of times, because obviously the board at Newport for the folk festival that they go to every single year, they want strict folk music, but Ed Norton was he definitely leaned more towards okay, keeping it folk, but he is listening to other music and is knowing what other artists in the folk music circle do, because at one point he says to Dylan, he's I could hear where you're going from the album previous. So I found that to be a nice touch. The direction, James Mangold, of course, is the guy that directed this movie. He and Jay Cox, I believe his last name is, which that has to be the worst last name ever. I'm so sorry, but I just have to say that. Him and Mangold wrote the screenplay for this, which I did not know that it was based off of a book. when I saw that in the credits. He does a really good job of writing the script and also in his direction. Like, when a lot of people gave him crap for Indy 5, Indy 5, Dial of Destiny, I was like, why are you guys giving him all this crap? Like, he gave you guys two amazing movies, which are Walk the Line and Ford versus Ferrari. And he's given us quite possibly two of the best X-Men films in The Wolverine and Logan. So I was one of the few people that actually liked Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny because I liked what Mangold did with it. And I love what he does with this movie. He does an amazing job with not only the story, but with also his direction. I like his use of the spotlights. In fact, the thumbnail for this video is actually just Dylan illuminated by spotlight. And you can tell that, like, I don't want to say he's taken from Spielberg in that respect, because Spielberg also uses a lot of, lights and shadows in his movies as well. So, yeah, I can definitely see where he's kind of pulled that influence in. But yeah, I thought his direction was great. The story is awesome. Everyone in the cast does an amazing job. The sets, I could swear on my life, I don't know if they're CG or if they're actual. I think they are actual with maybe some CG attachment. I don't know. It just seems so seamless. But yeah, this movie is an absolute ace. It is absolutely amazing. It might get Oscar considerations. So yeah, this is an absolutely amazing movie. I highly recommend you go check this out if you have time over the holiday break. Like I said, it's 2 movies down, 2 more to go. I see the next 2 tomorrow. And also expect AEW World's End reactions tomorrow as well. I'll catch you guys next time.